Hello, my friends, and welcome to another day of the Golden Standard. Today, we will be talking about dress and appearance. When you became a member of this team, you committed to live by the following phrase: I am clean and professional in my appearance. Regardless of work location, I will show up with uniform and equipment that is clean and not in disrepair. My personal appearance reflects my own excellence and the excellence of my team. You know, we're engaged in a lot of different aspects of this business. You know, we have people that are versatile, and that's partly why you were hired. And that's partly why you make such a great addition to this team. You have people who are totally comfortable working out in the field in flame-resistant clothing, in turning valves and understanding equipment, and helping change compressors and all kinds of physical labor. And those same people, you are talented at going from that environment and going to the boardrooms and talking to the C-suites, and so that's the reason we hired you. You're successful and versatile in who you're communicating with, and in order to have success in that, true success, you need to have an appearance that matches. So whenever you show up to a boardroom or a room where the dress code is suits and ties, you wear a suit and a tie. And when you go to a field location and everyone's wearing flame-resistant clothes, you wear flame-resistant clothes with cowboy boots, steel-toe cowboy boots. And let me remind you that even in those settings, even when you're out in the field, that there's an expectation that you don't have grungy, wrinkled FR clothes, or with grease stains all over it, or holes in it, and whatnot. Again, like, your appearance reflects your own ability, your own excellence, and the excellence of all of us, this whole team. And so it's the expectation to appear in a uniform, whether that's a suit and tie, whether that's business casual, or whether that's flame-resistant clothes and a jumpsuit. But that's your uniform, depending on your setting. You're expected to show up with your uniform, and it's going to be clean, it's going to be ironed and pressed, and your equipment. So if you have a field truck or a field vehicle, the expectation is it's not going to be something that's dented and scratched all over the thing. It's not going to be caked in mud. It needs to be in good working condition, because again, that reflects the excellence of your team in this company. And likewise, unless you're going to be doing a job where you're helping swing a compressor and you're going to be dumped with oil all over, then it's okay to show up with some grease stains. But outside of that, the standard of this team is that the dress and grooming is a high standard. And so, I recognize that you can see that I'm clean shaven. You do not need to be clean shaven, but you can't be scruffy and scraggly. It needs to be, if you're going to have facial hair, it's going to be well groomed, well trimmed. You can't wear anything that's inappropriate, that's too baggy. If you're a member of our team and you're a female, there can't be things that are inappropriate or too revealing. Same thing with men. Men or women, nothing that can be too loose or too tight or too short or too form-fitting, and all that kind of stuff. It just takes away from your competence, takes away from the excellence of you and the excellence of this team. And so my challenge to you is to examine your uniform, examine your workspace, and find ways to level up. I pose some questions about your workspace. Is there a stack of papers on it that just clutter you with notes scribbled all over it and it's kind of falling apart? Or is your notes contained in a nice, neat notebook? Is your trash can next to your desk, is it full of trash and overflowing? Or do you take the time to take out the trash? Hopefully the trash is all in the trash can. And so I challenge you to examine your workspace, examine your vehicle, examine your equipment, and find ways to level up. This goes true for your personal life, because I think when we examine our living space at home, it will have an impact on our ability to focus at work. When we have a clean and organized space at home, we get better rest at night. And higher quality sleep means that we're ready to wake up when we're ready to wake up and get going. And because we're well rested, the work time we can be more focused and get more done and be more effective. And so it's all connected. your dress and appearance impact the way you view yourself, your hopes for the future, and it impacts your outlook and your mentality on how you interact with clients. And so now this challenge comes with a promise. I promise that as you examine your dress and appearance and find ways to level up, I promise you that your confidence will increase. You will know that because you have represented yourself well, that you can be heard and understood by the client and your team. I promise that you'll have, when you look in the mirror, you'll know that the person looking back at you is highly competent and fierce and such a great asset to the team. And so I'm excited for you to experience that. Thank you.